Hey everyone, Bobit here and welcome back to Module 1, video number 4 of the Business Startup Blueprint. In this video, we now move to the last of the 3 things you'll need before starting a business, your network. First of all, what do I mean by network and networking? Networking, and I don't mean multi-level marketing or MLM, just to be clear. Networking is important because it helps fulfill your primary objectives of creating your product and selling your product. It's as simple as that. Having said this, you might be asking, who exactly should I network with? Simply put, you should look for only 4 types of people when you network. Number 1, partners. Number 2, customers. Number 3, suppliers. And number 4, mentors. Only these types of people can help you create your product and sell it. All the others will not help achieve these 2 primary objectives, so don't focus on them. Okay, pag-usapan muna natin yung number 1, partners. First of all, remember the research we mentioned earlier? Your business has a much higher chance of succeeding if you are working with others as opposed to working by yourself. Ang network mo ay ang unang grupo ng mga tao na pwedeng makatrabaho mo in your business. At mas okay ito kasi when you're looking for partners, you should of course start with people you trust. Paano nga naman? These are the people you will be working with, earning with, and managing money with. Hindi pwedeng hindi mo kilala at hindi mo mapagkakatiwalaan ang mga magiging partners mo. Your business will have a much lower chance of being victimized from the inside if you're working with honest people you can trust. Aside from being trustworthy, what other characteristics should you look for when considering people in your network to be your partners? Well, you should look for people who have valuable skills that complement yours. What do I mean by valuable skills that complement yours? Isa-isahin natin ha. Una, valuable skills. Yung skills nila ay dapat makakatulong sa primary objectives mo. And again, that is to create your product and to sell it. That means they must have skills related to creating the product or selling it. Actually, better if both. So if you're putting up a restaurant, chef ba siya? Or may experience ba siya sa pag-market sa restaurant business? Or at least sa service industry? Or say if you're putting up a shop that sells clothes, designer ba siya or stylist? Or maybe an experienced retailer? If your prospective partner is any of the above, edi ayos! You'll have people who can help you create your product and sell it. But if that person is not any of the above at kunwari siya ay isang accountant, finance officer, or head of security, hindi ata siya ang narapat na maging partner mo dahil hindi naman swak ang skills niya for creating and selling your product. So, after valuable skills, the next component of that phrase is skills that complement yours. What does this mean? Ganito lang yan. If you have the skills to create your product, ideally, ang skills naman niya ay for selling the product. Kasi kung pareho kayo nag-create ng product, baka hindi naman kayo makabenta. Galing-galing nyo gumawa ng product pero walang benta di ba? And the inverse is also true. Pag magaling ka magbenta at siya rin magaling magbenta, baka naman wala kayong mabenta dahil wala ka sa inyong marunong gumawa ng produkto Remember, when it comes to partners, you should think in terms of the whole team with each team member leading a distinct objective. And since dalawa pa lang objectives nyo sa simula, dapat meron talagang gumagawa ng produkto at merong marunong magbenta nito. Okay, after partners, let's head to the second type of people you should network with, customers. Customers are a super important group of people you should network with because, like we said, sales is the lifeblood of your business and customers provide you with sales. They're the ones who pay for the business to exist. Kaya mahalaga that you're able to build a rapport with them, that you serve their needs, that you go the extra mile for them. Obvious ito kasi syempre, we're most likely to buy products and services from our friends rather than from strangers. Nakakatulong pa tayo sa kaibigan natin, di ba? At kung nakaibigan mo ng customers mo from your network, di hamak na mas madali na magbenta sa kanila when your product is ready. Remember that your customers can come in so many forms. They can be your colleagues, they can be your bosses, or they can even be your relatives. Knowing these people firsthand already gives you a distinct edge because it will be easier for you to know their problems that your product can solve. So make sure that you have good relationships with them, you're in touch with them, and they know that you're looking to help them. Alright, so after partners and customers, the third type of people that you should be networking with are suppliers. Admittedly, madali lang naman makahanap ng suppliers. Just go to a trade expo, yung mga tipong in-hold sa SMX, sa MOA, or sa Mega Mall, and you can easily get suppliers. Or for other products, you can even visit OLX for local products and Alibaba.com for foreign products. You'll see a host of suppliers there. At total, pag bibili ka, lagi namang mag-uunhan ng mga taong nabentahan ka Kahit nga wala ka pang hinahanap ng produkto, lagi kang kinukulit ng mga yun, di ba? Kita ito sa mga nagbebenta ng insurance, credit cards, at mga kondo pag nilalakad ka sa mall. Pero ang value of networking and having a good relationship with suppliers is that you can get your raw materials at low prices and at low volumes. Mababang presyo at mababang quantity ng mga materyales. Typically kasi pag humihingi ka ng tawad sa supplier mo, ang isa sa mga gagawin nila ay papayag naman pero dapat mas madami kang orderin. As an example, nangyari to sa amin when I was still working in our cocoa sugar business. Naghahanap kasi kami ng packaging para sa cocoa sugar namin. Ang napili namin ay yung resealable stand-up pouches. Ang benta sa amin ay 10 pesos per pouch at 30,000 pieces. 30,000! 300,000 pesos na agad yun. So tumawad ako, baka naman pwedeng 7 pesos 50 centavos na lang per piece. Bigay niya sa akin, 8 pesos. Pero 50,000 daw dapat ang order namin. Nak ng tokwa. 400,000 na yun eh. Mas mura nga per piece pero napalaki pa ang total amount. Ang bad trip pa dito, lahat ng kausapin namin na supplier of resealable stand-up pouches, puro ganito ang binibigay sa amin na presyo at quantity. Hindi nagkakalayo. Mga 20 sigurong kinontak namin ha. Kaya ayun, napilitan kaming gumastos ng malaki para lang sa packaging ng produkto namin. At syempre, dagdag pressure ito sa amin na mabenta yung produkto namin ng agad-agad para hindi sayang ang napaggastusan namin na agad para sa packaging. 2 years after that incident, may nakilala akong tao na ang negosyo niya ay magbenta ng packaging materials, gaya ng resealable stand-up pouches namin. Kaya naalala ko yung experience namin na to. Biniro ko nga siya eh. Kakainis naman kayo eh, laki-laki ng volume na kailangan. Sabi niya na ganoon naman talaga ang typical na terms para sa packaging namin. Pero, at ito yung masakit, kung gusto ko daw umorder sa kanya, kaya daw niyang bigay sa akin yun at 8 pesos for 1,000 pieces lang. 8,000 pesos lang yun oh. Bakit 8,000 pesos lang ang gagastusin namin kung kumuha kami sa kanya at bakit 400,000 pesos pag sa iba? Bakit kaya niya ako offeran ng ganung kababa? Ano pinagkaiba niya sa iba, di ba? Actually, isa lang naman yung pagkakaiba niya. Kaibigan ko na siya eh. Yan ang value ng network. Isipin mo, kung nasa pwesto ko ikaw, ang capital expenditures mo o yung capex mo, gaya na sabi natin kanina, ito yung halaga na kailangan mo para masimulan yung negosyo. Yung capex mo, napababa mo, may 392,000 pesos. Kasi from 400,000 pesos, bumaba ito to 8,000 pesos. Diba yung packaging cost? Paano nagawa yun? Sa pagkakaibigan. Sa pagne-network. And now, the last type of people that you should network with are mentors. These are people who have gone through what you're going through right now and are willing to take the time to guide you through your business. Nahirapan ka ba with your partners? Napagdaanan na nila yan. May problema ka ba with your suppliers? Alam na nila solusyon dyan. Kailangan mo bang i-motivate distributors mo? Alam na nila ang dapat mong gawin. As you can see, mentors provide priceless experience and knowledge. Knowledge you'll need to go through the obstacles of starting a business. That's why whenever you have the opportunity to get someone as a mentor, go do so. With their knowledge, you'll be able to save time and money on mistakes that they'll help you avoid. Now, where can you get mentors? It's not as easy as the previous types of people we tackled, but it's still possible. You can most probably find mentor types in industry events. When you get to know these accomplished people, take note that you can't just walk up to them and ask them to be your mentor. It's going to take a lot more than that. Keep in mind that first, you will have to catch their attention. What I mean is, they'll have to see something special, something different in you for them to be interested in you. Because if they see that you're just like any other person, then they won't have any incentive to be interested in the development of your business. So how can you seem interesting or how can you stand out? There are many ways, but here are some quick examples. First, have a unique product or service that they've never seen before. And second, exude an aura of extreme hard work and responsibility. More importantly, and this is probably the cardinal rule for networking as well, be interested, listen, and be willing to learn from them. Take note, I said be interested and not be interesting. Kasi in networking, it's not just about you. In fact, when you want to network successfully, it will be more about the other person than yourself. Isipin mo, pag yung kabilang tao ay interesado sa'yo at talagang nakikinig sa lahat ng sinasabi mo, di ba ang sarap magkwento sa kanya? Di ba mas napapasalita ka? Di ba mas enjoy? That's what the other people should feel when networking with you. If that happens, people are warmer to you and they become more interested in helping you. So start networking. Start with people at work. Talk to your colleagues and bosses. Listen to their problems. Know what could help them. Know what would make their lives easier. At this point though, you might still be very shy in doing this. Baka iniisip mo, kulang ka pa sa swabe or whatever it is that will make your network better. To make you feel a lot less shy about networking, I'll share with you another example. Back when I was still working in Singapore, I used to go to a number of networking events. Back then, I had no clue whatsoever on how to network. Iniisip ko rin at the time, siguro may ginagamit na swabing linya mga tao so they can include themselves in any conversation. I didn't know what these swabe lines were, so when the networking session started, I just used the first 5 minutes to observe how people started networking. Lo and behold, walang kaswabe-swabe whatsoever ang mga tao doon. And more importantly, it didn't matter. They were still able to network with other people. So how do they manage to include themselves in any conversation that they wanted to be a part of? They just literally walked up to the people talking, listened, and then introduced themselves and said a few things when they found that they had something to say that would help the people who were talking. Ganun lang. Sure, you can say that it wasn't really the smoothest or most professional way of interjecting in a conversation, but did it really matter? No. The people who were the recipient of the helpful interjection were actually happy that they received help. And so, after a few more minutes of talking, the people in their group went their separate ways to network with other people, but not after handing each other calling cards so they can network further in the future. So really, there's nothing to worry about when it comes to networking. Don't be shy. Also, don't think that you're being a user. Remember, you're helping others when you network. You're being valuable to them. Why would they think that you're being a user when you're the one helping them, right? And so, to wrap up this discussion of networking, here are some top tips to make networking even easier for you. Number 1, in instances where you'll find the right opening for it, or heck, if people literally ask you what you're looking for in this event, be sure that you've prepared your product pitch beforehand. For example, if you're an aspiring restaurateur, you can say something like, I'm actually putting up a restaurant at Eastwood in the next few months, and I'm looking to hire more pastry chefs. Were you able to come across any pastry chefs here? Ganun lang kasimple. Number 2, if you're looking to network within your work setting, the number 1 rule is that you must be reliable. There are only a few things that people will have in their minds about you. Make sure that being reliable is one of them. When you prove to people in the workplace that you're reliable, networking and even asking for things that you'll need for your business in the future, it'll be easier than ever. Your next step then will be to go out with them, even just a few times, so you all can get to know each other on a more personal level. There are plenty of opportunities here. Basketball, dinner, night out, out-of-town trips, sama ka lang. Sooner or later, deeper relationships will follow. You'll get to talk about more meaningful things that will strengthen the foundation of both your personal and professional relationship. And when you become good friends, it'll be easier than ever to ask for favors and other things in the future. But again, your number 1 priority when networking in the workplace is to be reliable. It doesn't matter if you're the life of the party and you're everyone's friend if everyone knows that you can't do your job. What more a business, diba? And lastly, you probably won't be the life of the party or Mr. Suave at your first attempt at networking. But it's alright. Just keep going. Keep doing it at masasanay ka din. Pag sanay ka na, matatawa ka lang sa sarili mo dahil kung tutuusin, when networking, nakikipagkwentuhan ka lang naman eh. At naghahanap ka ng paraan kung paano makatulong sa ibang tao. So don't worry about a thing. Pull off a Nike and just do it. Alright, this ends our discussion on networking. And now you know that there are really just 4 kinds of people you're looking to network with. Potential partners, potential customers, potential suppliers, and mentors. Using the tips you've learned in this video, it's now time to go out there and just do it. And that wraps up the end of our video on expanding your network. If you have any comments or any questions, just post them below the video. I'll be reading them and responding to them soon enough. And in the next video, we bring everything you've learned together here at Module 1. See you there!